Okay. So now today we will be seeing how to test our APIs using the MUnits test cases. Okay. So what is MUnits? Basically, MUnit is nothing. It's just how we write some test cases, and those test cases automatically test our APIs. Okay.
Yeah.
So what we can do, you can click on this. You can click on your flow. Yeah,
This one.
and you can click on the second flow. That will be good.
Second floor. Okay.
Yeah. So now right click on that, and there is M unit. You can select the second option, record test for this flow. So now it will, if you see, it will start deploying your API, and what it will do, first it will deploy your API. Then once you make a request through Postman, it will capture your whole process. So now let's see. Let's wait for it to deploy.
Yeah.
Okay, now it is deployed.
Yeah.
So now you can go to Postman and make the request.
Yeah. I did.
Okay, so now, okay, so go to your studio once. Go to your studio once, yeah. And now see, now can you expand your project in the package explorer? I don't think it captured your correctly. So can you click on console? Did you make the request to this one only?
It might choose this recording. Uh, yeah, I selected slash loop and 1890 slash loop. That's what I ran. Giving
Okay.
the response.
Okay, so go to your studio once. Stop the project and let's try again. Stop the project and go to studio and right click.
Yeah. Run it.
No, don't
Run
run.
to record first. Yeah. 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 That's fine. That's fine. So first you have to record.
So you can stop this first. You can click on red button and stop it first. Not this one.
This one.
Not the before where you seeing console problems, all those options, right? At the right side you have a red button. In the same menu where you have console
Oh, I'm sorry.
problems.
Yeah. Yeah. Something is stopping. Sorry, can you please repeat where is the menu? That which menu?
you have this option, right? Console and problems.
Yeah,
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 if you go to the right side, click on console and go to the right side in the same menu, just above that, in the same level L console,
yeah.
there's a red button.
So this one, right? Terminate.
Yes, yes. And now click record the test.
Yeah, yeah. Record this. Okay. Mine is still on. Can I come now?
Yeah, make the request. Let's see. Go to
Launch.
studio. And no, your that one is not working.
Oh,
Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's create it manually. Okay, so let's do one thing. Right click on this. Stop your project first. Right click on it and unit and create blank test for this flow. Okay, so now it created you some suit, a flow kind of a thing, and this flow is created in, if you see, src slash test slash munit folder. If you expand your src test munits, you see this loop test suite.xml created. Okay,
yeah.
so now what we will do, we will drag and drop. Okay, now your is working. Now if you go to your go to your, no, not, don't cancel.
So,
Yeah,
you want me to run again?
yeah, let's try that once. Okay, now go to studio. Cancel this. It's not working fine and you cancel it. Okay, now drag and drop a mock, mock.
More.
Yeah, drag it,
This
and drop it in the behavior section. So what we use this mock for? So we use this mock to basically mock the behavior of our connectors. Like you have a connector like HTTP request, a database connector, or any connector which we do not want to make request to. So we mock the behavior of that connector. So if you go to your loops.xml file, you have a lot of resources like component, transform, message, for each, payload, all these. And suppose you do not want the any one of this component to work. You just want that component. You want to give the result from your side for that component. You do not want that component to work while you are testing your APIs. Getting my point?
I don't want my component to work.
Yeah, you do not want your component to function as it is, it should.
Okay, okay.
You just want
So
the result of that component. So you take the result from that component manually and you give that result in the mock connector. Okay.
Okay.
So now let's look into. We should have a
It is like
more. Yeah. So now,
failing my test, right?
yeah. So let's scroll. If you can scroll up.
Scroll here.
Yeah, scroll up. So if you see, if you have this connector like transform message, second connector, right? Transform message. Now suppose you are creating a test for this loops flow, and you do not, while when your test runs, you do not want this transform message to function. Getting my point? You just
Yeah,
want
yeah.
whatever result it should provide, you will take that result and you will add that result in your test in the mock section. Okay, so this flows are basically not a good flows for to test our APIs. So let's create one new flow. Okay, the new API flow and then test that API. So click on HTTP listener, create a listener.
I'm going to create a new flow.
Yeah, so that we can better make a request. Listener. Okay, now configure this listener. Okay, so now let's drag and drop a requester.
Request.
Yeah, and let's say we want to make a request to some API. Let me give you the URL of that API. Just a minute. So this is the URL I pinged you. So what you need to do, go to your
URL.
configuration first, edit configuration, not like that. Let's remove this. Scroll up, plus sign,
Here, right?
yeah, plus sign, and here in the no, not like that. In the protocol, keep it as HTTP S.
The host.
Yeah, and the protocol give it as HTTPS.
College.
And now in the host, copy that thing, remove HTTP colon slash slash, and keep it till slash v2. Keep it till slash v2. Copy that thing. Yeah, remove this thing. And now in the port, give 80, 80. Okay. Click on OK. And now in the path, you give the rest of the things slash Pokemon slash Pikachu. Now save it. Let's run
Yeah.
this project first.
Run, right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now make a request. HTTPS API to quality slash Pokemon slash Pikachu field.com. Okay, so it is giving some error. No problem. Let's fix that error. So go to
So
your
shape.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So go to
This
the
is
configuration
Wi-Fi.
and remove the port 80. Now click OK and run it. Save it. It will run automatically.
Yeah, same way.
Click on console. Let it run. Mm. Now let's make a request.
Okay, it's good. After video is coming, double for today.
Yeah, that is fine. That is fine. https
Else
slash
fine?
pokeapi.co slash api slash Pikachu. Mm, Copy this URL.
Yeah. One, two.
Go to Postman
Yeah.
and
Postman.
yeah, Postman only. So copy this URL
Yeah, copied it.
and in the source section, the URL section, paste this.
Okay, sir.
Wait. So remove 443 colon. Yeah. Now send this. It is getting the response. Okay, so it is getting the response. V2 colon 443 is causing the problem. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's do one thing. Go to the request section. Go to the port.
Code by default it is taking some values.
It is taking some value. Okay, let's try it with the URL section. So remove every this thing, delete this configuration, Right click on this request configuration in the global elements.
You want me to delete this one?
You can go to
Okay.
global elements.
Uh, Global elements.
Right click on the last one and
Yeah.
delete. Now go to message flow and in the URL paste the complete thing that you have copied.
Yeah. Here, right?
Yeah, and remove this effects.
Path. Right?
Yeah. Now
This
save
is
it.
fine, right?
Yeah, this is fine. Now save it.
So,
Let it run.
okay.
Okay, now make a request. What is happening?
Good still saving. Let's try. No, I think I give HTTPS. It should be HTTPS.
Yes.
So,
You
yeah,
got
now
your response, correct? Now copy
yeah,
this
yeah.
complete response.
Copy this response, right?
Yeah.
Everything.
Paste it in some notepad file for now. Yeah. Okay, so now let's go to your studio. And now let's transform this response that we are getting. So click on transform message,
Here,
drag and
right?
drop it after the requested. Okay, so now we want to convert that response into some specific format that we want. So remove the Java and write JSON and remove this 4-5 line. And now let's look at our response, what we got. So go to notepad. So we are getting an abilities array first, which has the ability section. Okay. So if you see, there is an abilities array, and there are two ability objects. Correct.
Yeah,
So what we
here,
want is that we want both of these abilities as in an array. So what we will want, we will say abilities colon, and there should be an array with static and lightning rod. Okay.
here.
So we want some response. Let me. Can you ping me this payload? I will see what we can.
You want me to ping this response?
Yes. Only half of it is there.
Oh, no. Oh, maybe because of length, it was very big file. So can I
Oh,
send you email or it's really big?
Okay, no need to send it. Let's do it manually only. Copy this. Open a dwlang.fun editor in the browser. Open dwlang.fun.
Fun now.
Yes. Now in the input section, copy this thing that the response. Remove everything from input section and copy that response over here.
Yeah.
Okay, now remove payload.message. Just write payload. Okay. Can you scroll down in your input section? Let's see how many lines are there. I think it's very big response.
11,000. Yeah, 11,000
Okay, okay, okay.
900.
It will take a lot of time for it to load. Scroll up. We will just payload.abilities. Write payload.abilities. It's not working because there's very much load on
Yeah.
it.
Maybe can you more specific like ability dot ability?
Abilities dot asterisk ability. We want all the abilities, right?
Asterisk ability.
Yes.
Okay.
No, abilities dot
Dot, right?
asterisk. Hmm.
Dot, yeah, dot asterisk.
Okay, so now let's give this thing in our transform message. Copy this thing and give it in our transform message.
You?
Yeah. Now save this and it will run. Wait, it will automatically run.
Yeah. Even the data it's not loaded.
Yeah, so because the input is very much 11,000 lines.
Ability is ability is here only, right? So it's starting here and it's ending. Okay.
Yeah, wherever it will, we
So
want this those things. So if you go to studio, it has run. So now make a request to your API. So now you got your
yeah, okay.
abilities, correct?
Yeah, correct.
So now this is our response. Now let's try to test this response through a minute. So go to your studio, go to your uh, that loops test suite.xml file in test unit. Stop the project first. Yeah. Now if you click on flow reference, so you see this flow has the reference to the one that we created it for. But now we have created a new flow and we want to test that flow. So you can change the flow name here to the flow that we are using, loop flow 3.
Loops. Okay.
You can click on drop down,
Yeah,
it will show you. Loop flow 3. Now it will test this loop flow 3. And now if you click on mock when, now we will mock that request that we are doing. We do not want that request to happen in our M units. We want to mock that. So there is an option to pick processor.
yeah.
Click on pick processor
And
and